And I'm glad I got here early. Sydney Airport is packed on this Friday. Doing some kind of a TV interview. All right, good thing I always come early. That took 1 hour and 10 minutes to get through passport and security. I got rejected at both spots. At passport, they sent me to another line for some reason. She looked at my passport, and 1 second later I was on my way. And then at security, they dug through my bag to, I had a roll of medical tape in there. My charger on the wall, my international charger, it always like comes out of the wall, so I tape it to the wall with medical tape, and they didn't like the looks of tape on a carry-on. I can understand that. Some Australian team, I'm not sure, maybe volleyball or basketball, tall guys. They're heading off on the Qantas flight to Bangkok. And I'm on LATAM today. LATAM is the former Brazilian TAM Airlines and LAN, Chilean airline, and they merged. It's now LATAM. My flight is going from Sydney to Auckland, and then from Auckland it continues on to Santiago, Chile. My flight's also a Qantas code share, but I got it with One World American Airlines miles. It's pretty cheap in economy. I think it was 15,000 points one way. Business was available, but I wasn't going to waste business points on. It's a 3-hour flight. I can do and coach just fine for 3 hours. Save my points for those long haul flights. And there's my plane for today, the Dreamliner 789, LATAM Airlines, Rolls-Royce engines. Beautiful plane. Across the way, you can see a little bit of the U.S. There's a Delta and United. Looks like a Delta Dreamliner. I can't tell. The United, I think, is a 777. And then next to that, I see Air Canada. And I don't know if you can see that. Kit Kats, $4. Snickers, $4. And that's not just an airport thing. That's the price I saw in the supermarket. About $4 Australian, or what would that be? $3.50 US for a candy bar. There goes the Delta flight. I'm not sure where it's heading. I think, I would guess it goes to Atlanta, but I think this one goes to San Francisco, I think. I just remember looking at the schedule years ago for that Delta flight. And here's a Malaysian Airbus. I just looked it up real quick. That Delta flight is Sydney direct to LAX. $787, $789 looks like a 9-inch display. Not bad. Nice little aircraft. You can get a peek of the 222 business cabin up forward. Looks pretty nice, but it wasn't worth the points for a 3-hour flight.
Thank you for choosing to fly with LATAM.
So that was the first time I ever had my bags x-rayed right as I'm leaving the country. I guess they take it pretty serious. The no fruit, no meat. They're checking all those bags coming in. I head outside. I'm looking for the bus, and I'm heading downtown to the President Hotel. I think it's about, they said it was 2 degrees Celsius, so what's that, 34 degrees. This should feel cool. Not a very big airport at all, so I'm gonna wander over here. City Express departs here, and I thought mine was called the Sky Bus, but whatever, I'll jump on any of them. I'm staying right in the heart of downtown. There's no train that comes here to the airport, so I gotta pay to take the big bus. Not the city bus, it's like an express bus. So I just asked a gentleman, he said I can get on this SkyDrive bus and it'll take me like 1 block from where I'm staying. I'm staying right by that, I'll call it a Space Needle, but I'm not sure what the building's called in downtown Auckland. The Needle Building. I picked a hotel purposely almost a block from that, so I will never get lost. Here's the Novotel Hotel attached to the airport. He said I can just pay with my credit card right on board. I don't see a kiosk or anything. I don't think it's that high pressure a deal. And I'm guessing this is it, this double-decker bus. All right, right, well maybe I lucked out. I came up on the top deck here right as I walked outside. I waited less than 5 minutes and the bus pulled up. $18 New Zealand, heading downtown. It's 5:13 Friday afternoon, and it's the bus is empty. There's like maybe 10 people in the whole bus. It looks like it's been raining pretty good. Hopefully the rain will hold out. I can find my hotel. Once again, I think it's within a block of where the bus is going to drop me off, but that doesn't mean I won't go off in the wrong direction 2 or 3 times. I can plug it in on my phone, but I'm only getting 4G. I remember when 4G used to work lightning fast. Now it doesn't really seem to work at all. Again, it's not a very big terminal from what I saw. It just seemed I got off at the international terminal, and I think I had to walk to the domestic terminal to clear passport control or somewhere in the middle. So don't worry about it, but the bus is supposed to pick up at the domestic terminal. Once again, it's not a Dallas-Fort Worth or Atlanta, so don't really worry about it. I use T-Mobile, the 55 Magenta plan. It used to be just with the travel plan. It was like an extra 20 bucks a month, but now I think it's on all the Magenta plans. I think it's upwards of, I know it's over 100 countries, maybe it's more, including New Zealand. You just take your phone off airplane mode. It says, welcome to New Zealand. Calls are 25 cents a minute, and you get X amount of 4G speed. Let me read the message here. Let's see. Speeds up to 256 kbps plus unlimited text at no extra call. 25 cents a minute calls. If you want high-speed data, you need to get an international pass, and I've never did that. I usually just use the hotel Wi-Fi. I think it's $15 and $30 depending on what 5G plans you want. That worked out pretty nice. It was about maybe a 40-minute ride, and I was surprised because it's 5 p.m. traffic on a Friday, but it wasn't too bad. A little bit of tapping the brakes, but I would give it maybe an hour and 15 worst case. I think we might have got lucky, so don't cut it too close. It's a ways out there to the airport. That's the first Denny's I've seen since I've left the United States. I got a little bit of sprinkles here. I'm hoping I can make it. He said I'm about 2 blocks away from the hotel. So hopefully the next rain cloud will hold out. It looks like I have to duck for cover. So the bus dropped me off right at the base of, I guess it's called the Sky City Tower. Bus dropped me off right here, and my hotel's a couple blocks this way. So I'll make my way up there as long as I stay out of the rain. So this is the hotel president, nothing fancy. I think I got it for 50 or 60 bucks a night. I just looked it up. It was $100 tonight. But once again, I'm not a fancy guy unless it's on miles and points. So this will do me just fine. I'm a little too old for hostels and all that kind of thing, but I'm fine for, I think this is a 3-star hotel. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast, right in the center of town, near everything. So this will work out fine. Okay, it is freezing cold, but at least it's not raining. And I'm out wandering around right in front of my hotel. There's a kebab shop. I might get a bite to eat. About 10 p.m. Hotel's okay. It's definitely older, but I see the Crown Plaza and the Marriott a block away, and my place is about 120 New Zealand tonight. I didn't pay that. I got it on Agoda for, I don't even remember, 50 or 60 bucks. So I got my $60 worth. That's a crazy looking tow truck. I'm at the corner of Victoria and Hobson. And there's definitely some characters hanging out, a little bit rougher feel than, say, Bangkok. It feels like wandering around downtown Chicago. Not dangerous. There's just guys hanging out on stoops and groups drinking. They're not bothering anybody. Oh, I think these guys bumped into each other. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. A little bit of hollering going on. I didn't hear a crash, but They're taking pictures. And I was just curious, I stuck my head in there and looked at the Denny's menu. It was 29 Australian for, what is that? The Grand Slam breakfast. Pancakes, bacon, 2 sausage, 2 eggs. So I was always a big late night Denny's fan, but not exactly sure what 29, and that's without a drink. New Zealand. I hate to be a cheapskate. It's just things cost a little bit more in Australia and New Zealand, that's for sure. Even at Denny's. And this is Hush Hush, New Zealand's premier strip club. And if you're watching my video from somewhere else around the world, I think Grand Slams are about, well, heck, they used to be like $5 or $6 for the longest time. They're probably $10 or $11 now. I'm a little out of touch. Haven't bought one in a couple of years. Doing a lot of construction in the area. That's my hotel there, the President. These fences, everything's torn up. I don't know if they're replacing water pipes. I don't know what they're doing, but there's just gates everywhere. So I did little to zero research on where to go. I think a lot of people are hanging out down by the harbor, which I know I'm within walking distance, but I'm not going to figure it out right now. It's about ready to start pouring, and it's pretty cold, so I'll do that in the daytime. I'm just wandering a couple blocks around the hotel. See what I see. Something up here. It looks like a pizza place, but it's got a big crowd. Pizza club. Bar 101, if that's where the music's coming from. It's more like sounds like a nightclub than a bar. Yeah, it sounds like it's going off upstairs. Looks like I'm coming up on Elliott Street. Things are just nice and quiet out here for 10:30 p.m. on a Friday. Probably not in the super busy area. I seem to be wandering around and finding like one little nightclub or bar. I passed one little Irish bar, but it had about 5 people in there. I think it was called the Fiddler. Here's Father Ted's Irish Bar. I think I'm gonna duck in there for a beer. It's starting to rain, and like a dummy, I didn't bring an umbrella. I'm only 3 blocks from the hotel, but I think I'll take shelter. Good little crowd in Father Ted's. So Father Ted was a good time. Excuse me. I did pay 15 New Zealand for a pint. Now there were signs everywhere that bottles of Heineken were 5 New Zealand during happy hour, but 15 a pint is no joke. I kind of sized up the crowd compared to like a pub in the US where people come in and maybe they'll come in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night and drink 5 beers each. I don't really think that's happening here. I saw 2 girls, just younger girls, I don't know, mid-20s, sharing a Corona. They came in, listened to a little music, sat there for 3, 4, 5 songs, sharing a Corona, and then took off. So I guess maybe that's how it rolls over here. Things are a little bit more expensive. I don't mean to harp on that, but yeah, I mean, I don't care how much they're paying you. I'm sure you're getting a little bit higher wage over here in New Zealand and Australia, but still, to have 5 drinks going out, you know, that's $100 bill. So not a lot of people are gonna afford to do that. But still, it's good to see people getting out and having a couple of, at least one drink, hanging out in the neighborhood. It's now about midnight. And it's not raining on me, so I'm not complaining. I don't especially like paying $14, and I left a little tip there too for a pint, but I can halfway afford it. Some of these younger people, yeah, they're not going to be able to go out and drink 3-4 pints of beer. So what they do is order up that 1 pint and just kind of sip on it for 2 or 3 hours, hanging out, listening to the band, socializing. I don't know, I don't really feel that's the pub way to go, but that's how it is over here when it's going to cost that much. Pretty good line of people here at the kebab shop, so I got me a chicken kebab. Get a little bite to eat. Head back to the hotel and start off early in the morning. I'm proud of myself for not heading straight over to McDonald's. Not a huge fan of McDonald's, but it's just familiar wherever you are in the world. It's just real easy to head over there and get a burger and some fries. But I like to at least try to go where the locals are going, and this kebab shop seemed busy. There's a Foot Locker. It's still kind of cold out here, but it's not raining, so I'm not complaining. I only have 2 blocks to walk back to the hotel. So thank you so much for watching my little video heading from, where did I go? Sydney to Auckland and getting into the city center. More to come. Consider subscribing. Take it easy.